Good day, everyone, and welcome to episode 11 in our series on SimAirport. And we're down here at our large stand today, looking at Rexarkana aircraft, and also at one of the new bathrooms we put in our last episode. And you will recall that in our last episode, customer or passenger satisfaction and airline interests were down, and we managed to build that up from memory. I think it was around the 36% for passengers and under 50 for airline interest. So we've done well. And I also discovered in the last episode that when I was talking about the satisfaction overview, of course, I had inverted the numbers. So the bigger the number, the bigger the satisfaction. So we've got that sorted out. And we also said at the end of our last episode that we needed to work out what we were doing. And I basically said that, well, if we expand our airport and add more gates, even though they're going to be, now I wonder if they're going to be small or large. Anyway, add more gates over here, we're going to create a complex and difficult situation for our airport. And of course, that's exactly what we want to do. So I'm just having a look at that for a second. And I wonder if, let's just get our construction menu up here for a second and look at objects. I wonder if a large gate would fit, because it's wider, not longer. That's interesting. I would like to put, what would I like to put? It would make more sense for me actually to put a large right there. For the very simple reason that when we look upstairs at floor 2, expanding this way, whilst it is going to be very expensive, it's going to be cheaper than coming all the way over here. So I think, wow, yes, I think we could put a large there and a couple of smalls there. And that would do it. However, of course, that does mean demolishing this gate here. But you know what? That's what money's for. Now, is this going to work? Is this going to be what we want to do in our airport? My simple answer to that question is I have no idea. But just quickly, actually, while we're talking about this for a minute, we can look at other options around expanding our airport. And I'm actually looking down here at the minute, thinking that we could expand in this direction. Now, although I don't have much of a forward plan about where we could take our airport to, but I am thinking that if we use this area here primarily as a terminal building, had our runway down here, that would be good. We could alternatively do the same thing up here. We could purchase this land, move our 2 runways up into here, and then redesign our entire airport. How complicated and difficult would that be? I think that's where we're heading with this. We'll go up there. So in the meantime, what I would like to do is cancel all our flights that come into gate A8. So we're going to need to do that first. So we're going to go into gate A8. And of course, this is going to make the airlines very unhappy with us as well. And it's going to reduce our revenue significantly. You know what? I don't think we'll do that. I think we've already spent that money. And if we are planning, deep breath, Grumpy, and focus. Okay. If we are going to expand up here, that's almost $600,000. That's going to be a lot of off-game running. We put 2 runways up there. And we put, we do the same thing that we've done here, except we go up this way, run our aircraft down 2 sides of the gate, and then have them come back up and do that. Yep. And this airport then needs to be a lot bigger. So to keep that running, we should probably do small. Actually, can you bring a small aircraft into a large gate? Can you bring a small aircraft into a large gate? That's a good question. And the answer is so now this is what we do here when we are experimenting. You can. Oh, that's interesting. A 737 of a maximum of 140 passengers. A 737 of a maximum of 180 passengers. A 707 is 180. So at 3 o'clock, now did I really do that? Now what's in the small one down here? 19 max passengers. 130. I've just brought a small into a large. Now we're going to need to check this out tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We have 1,500 hours. Let's bring this up, speed up wise. Wow, that's very interesting. If it can handle... Oh, wow, that is very interesting. Because we can change our whole layout just simply based on the fact that we can get small aircraft into large stands. That is extremely interesting, and I'm very keen to see how that goes. However, having said that, we do have a problem actually, and that is that it's not set up to handle it. So what we need to do is set it up so that it can handle it. Now this may be. Now what have we got here? The sliding door. Okay, we'll just come down to normal speed here for a minute because objects S for sliding door, because I'm not sure if in fact we can LMOPQRS. We can do this. Maybe we can, but where would they come out? It is not known. Okay, well, anyway, we're about to find out. So let's increase the speed because this is very interesting. And I'm really hopeful that it will work. Chances are it may not, but You know, you're never going to know unless you try. So we'll just double check that. The star flight is a B737. Where's Starflight? 737 minimum gate size. Oh, interesting. Minimum gate size. So it might also be worth our while to put a gate agent desk in there. Just in case. This is going to be really exciting if this actually is the case that we can do this. And we'll need one more staff to do that. And we're going to have to change our schedule to manage the schedule, and oh, it's already on one. Well, that's cool. Okay, that's good. All right, we don't need to do that then. So 1,500 hours, so nigh on 12 hours to go before we get there. Oh, you're not assigned. You are now. Okay. $7 a.m. in the morning. So this is the time. Starflight 2060. Flight status. Starflight. Arrival 1500. No. Starflight's not arriving at 1500. 1550. Oh gosh, it's almost 4 o'clock. Starflight, there it is. Scheduled. Okay. Well, we've got a few hours to go, ladies and gentlemen, so we will just keep an eye on things. And we will watch the money go up as well. Is that a secure area? It is. Pretty sure it is. But I think that's an exciting outcome to look at planning and moving to the north of our airport. Just the complexity of switching from this simple layout that we have here to expand our airport to the north is going to be very interesting. In fact, I'm not even sure I know how we're going to do that without closing the airport down. Might need to give that a little bit more thought than just coming up with a bright idea in the middle of the afternoon and hoping that it works. Okay, getting there, 1300, so 2.5 hours basically to go before we get our small aircraft coming in. Now, this could be and will be very, very interesting. Okay, here we go. We've got, we'll go to double for a minute and we'll wait until 10 minutes out from arrival time, 1550, which is 1540. Up, here it is. Okay, we need to be looking at this and seeing where this guy goes. Ah, look at that, will you? We need to be on the second floor. Maybe. Is that the aircraft? The Starflight 2060? Oh, man. What a difference this is going to make to our scheduling. What an unbelievable difference this is going to make. This is very different to Airport CEO, where you could not mix and match the types. You could only put particular sizes on particular gates, if you will. But in this one, it looks like we can mix and match. Oh, that is seriously good. And what will be even betterer is when we get to, well, can we do extra large even at the moment? Let's just, well, we've got none. We've got none. But that, of course, doesn't mean we can't build an extra large gate. Which it turns out we can. Requires a door to terminal on floor 2. Now this one is big. So I'm thinking that this particular, the extra large, would handle the large and the extra large. Interesting. Let's have a look at research for a minute here in operations. Departures and thing, we want to do that actually. Right, and we want to upgrade buses. Fuel, no. Pathway intersects, right. Doesn't say anything about extra large aircraft though. Right. Okay, I just need to have a little conversation with you at the moment about what we're actually planning on doing. Because if we're not careful, we're going to send our airport broken. We won't be able to finish our builds when we do this. So the first thing we would say to ourselves is we would be much better off with more large gates than we currently have, because they're interchangeable, and that's going to be great for us. But then when we've built all this down here, you can see me pointing at the screen, obviously, down the south, in this area here where we have room, we give ourselves the space to expand. But we notice here immediately that the expansion area is narrower than what we start with in both directions. So I think what we possibly should do it's quite a long and complicated build that I'm thinking of, but we should move for $504,000 an individual runway out here for takeoff and landing. Then we delete these two runways, buy this area up here, and put one more runway in, which will be for takeoff, and this one over here will then convert to landing, or something along that line. And then we begin a massive redevelopment of our whole airport infrastructure here. And in fact, we may even want to buy down here, but that's a lot of money. At $30,000 a day profit, it's going to take us a very long time to get there. Ooh, I'm starting to get excited. I feel the impetus coming upon me. But we need to work it out now because this is going to affect how we build our airport from here in. So let's assume for a moment that we have a takeoff up or a landing up here and a takeoff over here. We have this sort of situation where we run it up this way, and that's our gate area. Okay, so initially we buy this, we put that's a 59 by 120. That's 150 tile length, and that's 59 by 120. So that's not big enough. So that one's not big enough. This one is 197. Now, how big is extra large? Let's just check this out for a minute. Extra large. If I want to run extra large in, how much do I need? Maybe I need 180 or 190. Okay, so we're going to have an extra large up there. We end up with a different scenario now because we end up with a landing runway up here and a takeoff runway down here. That's what we end up with. Because this one's just not big enough to handle it. So takeoff, landing, takeoff, which means that the aircraft, let's say, will come down here, and then we have 1, 2, so we have one run up here, which people go to the side of, and then a second one which runs all the way down here, and the taxiway runs all the way down here to the takeoff. And then we can have everything else we need in our airport here. So what do we end up with? Literally 1, 2, possibly 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in the middle there. Well, we could make that 6. Yeah, we can end up with 6 in the middle. 6 in this area here. And then 1, 2, 3. We'd end up with 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But we would need to, oh no, we wouldn't. We would end up with much more than that, because instead of doing the pylon approach, if you will, the pier approach where we have them off the side, we can simply line them up across there and then have a T at the end and run them down there. But where do we build our runway first? So that we don't interfere with our money-making capacity. We build the new runway up there. When the new runway is built, we disable this runway and this runway. Put the taxiway in and then rebuild the terminal building left to right, keeping these guys active until we've built across. then we come down to okay, that's it. That's what we're doing. So in the meantime, we're not going to destroy stuff. We're going to put in another small just to get our revenue up. And then we're going to start with our wonderful plan. What do you mean? What? Taxiway? Why can't I put a taxiway there? I put one there before. Oh, I'm on the second floor. I can't run a taxiway in midair. Somehow I feel that wouldn't work properly. Just a feeling. Just a feeling. Okay, so we're going to stay with smalls. And I think we're going to be really bold and put 2 in. Okay, so that's what we're going to do there. Now, because this is on the ground floor, it's going to be easy for us to operate. Well, I'm very excited now that we've worked out how to overly complicate our airport and make things very difficult while we're trying to expand. I think that's definitely the way forward. Now, that is a sliding door, and they are gate agents' desks. So the gate agents... No, we'll do sliding door first, because that is a reference point for us. Sliding door. Gate agent's desk. Right. We may need to come down here and click on that and go dismantle, which of course I hadn't been doing before. I'd been using the delete button, which caused the associated problems that we all saw. Because that's what it did. And we are going to need to do the same thing over here. Can't dismantle human beings. As novel an idea as that would be, and as on board as I could get with that, we just can't do it. I think the UNHCR would be definitely against that as an option. Moving forward, definitely. Gate agent desk. Whoops, not P. We need to be in G for go fast. And we probably can't even build it because nothing's been deleted yet. Excellent plan. I'm glad we had this moment together. And we'll just sit here and wait while people consider... Oh, actually, we should put the speed up too. We'll sit here and wait while people consider whether they should actually do what they've been instructed to do, i.e. dismantle furniture. Now, also very interesting to see if they maintain the order in which we gave the instructions to the builders to do these things. Because so far they have neither commenced the taxiway or the gates. So I'd be very curious to see how they work this out. Mind you, it is 11 o'clock at night. So perhaps, just perhaps, they're not interested in working that overtime shift today. Oh, no, here we go. Oh, no. Oh, it looks like we're going to be taxiways first. Well, thank you very much. For once, you're actually going to do the sequence in which it was laid out for you. But still causing me grief because this is the one time I don't want you to do that. I want you to start at the opposite end. You know, last in, first out. But no. You had to be all, oh, well, it's sequenced now. We have to follow the sequence. Typical. Okay. And it's 2 a.m. in the morning and still nothing has happened. Come on, guys. We're 30 minutes into the episode. You're not getting your bonuses at the end of the year. That is for sure, buddy. Nope. No bonuses for you guys. Well, I'll be an orangutan's best cousin. Look at that. They actually did it in reverse order. Somehow I feel as if the game listened to me. Which, you know what, is actually just a tad worrying. Just a tad. But it's the sort of tad that allows us to do what we wanted to do anyway. So we need an additional 4 staff. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we also need to change those staff. Oh, I keep doing that. Copy staff into first. Copy. And you know what? What is that doing there? Oh, it doesn't matter what that's doing there. I'm going to make that the thumbnail. Anyone not happy with that? Because if they're not happy, it's kind of irrelevant at this point. We just pause that. Yep, that's the thumbnail. So you all know that when you start the game, that what you actually see on the screen is what you'll be getting in the game. So I don't know what that is. Gate agent desk to be assigned. All right, we haven't done that. We haven't built any yet. Come on. Seriously. Game's getting a little precious. Right, now what you have to do is build the thing. Actually, you know what else we want to do? We wanted to go 1, 2. We're going to change you to 3. And then you're going to be 4. You're 5. 5. Right, and you're 7. So you're 4. A4. And of course the good news is we're going to change all of this later. And you're going to be 6. And of course they're all going to say, where's A2? Well, A2 is reserved. So there. You can't have A2. 7, 8, L1 and L2. Okay, well that's moderately good, except that now we're don't have an agent desk. But I'm not going to complain because, let's face it, they listened to me. The guys came and they removed the chairs that were there so that we could build those, except now it's taking too long to build them. But that's another issue. I digress, as they say. 331,000, which is pretty good, considering that we've spent a reasonable sum of money down here. But we haven't laid foundations, which actually saves us a lot of money. So what we really need now is an agent desk, or a gate agent desk. Actually, while we're down here, how are these guys doing? The newsstand did well. Wow, look at that drink machine rocketed in. Actually, you know what? Let's go up to the second floor, because I remember I put some up there too. That's the newsstand. I only made $40. And the drink machine, oh, look at that drink machine go. Wow, and the food vendor. All right. Tell you what, that is money for jam. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to slow this down for a second because this is going to help increase our revenue stream. And we're just going to put in another newsstand. I think it's newsstand, isn't it? Newsstand in news. N. No, we'll get news first because I can't see news. There it is, newsstand. Pump. Food vending machine, right? Food vending machine and a drink vending machine. Boom, 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 boom. And we need another worker, which is the retail worker. And then we need to go to schedules and copy everything over to one. I would have been better off just leaving it all in day, frankly, but I didn't. So there you go. Now, come over here and we're going to assign you to you and you to you. Okay, stop that and close that. No, hold on, close, right. We're going to assign you to you, close, and we're going to assign you to you, close, close, right. Now, 73%, 61%, 335,000 gazoolies, which is a good amount of money, $46,000 a day, and now we're going to start bringing in more aircraft. So just to finish off our day in the, now let's, look, we got A4 and A6. So first of all, let's do the AM for small only. Well, we've got a few. So what have we got here? Well, not many as it turns out, actually. So SparkJet likes us 41%. They're the lowest. Let's accept that guy. And we're going to put you there. But you know what we're going to have to do? Yes, you do. We're going to have to do this. So we'll just double check. Departs at 15:10 and arrives at, see, we've got a problem there, haven't we? Yep. 1500. Have we got any space? We got a bit of a problem. Well, there might be some conflict, but we're going to have to work it out because it's not at all intuitive. Right. There's the problem right there. We just maxed out our airport. Yep. So a couple of these guys are going to have to clash when they come in for timing. Arrives at 1500. Departs at 1510. So we've built too many. standby gates. I wonder if... No, okay. Well, all right, we still have to do scheduling, so it's no point mucking around. So what have we got? We've got things in the AM. We've got Unionaire's quite low with us, so we could accept... Oh, we've got 3. I thought there were 2. I like the A320s, frankly. Where can we put you? Over there. So you would have to be in there. And then possibly to spread them out a bit. Yep. Well, we'll put you down there. See how that goes. Right, we've got 1 in the PM for a Ford Air. So I think we should take him. And right. Let's rework these for a second. Like so. Oh, they're large. Sorry, my bad. There you go. That's not unreasonable. Then we've got 2 smalls in the... Now, 2 smalls in the AM. Right. Let's check this guy out first. Okay. Okay. That seems to work not too bad. And we'll just do this, because that's what we're going to have to do anyway. Start making things fit in here. And look forward to the inevitable problems. Now, we've got some more in the AM, which is this guy. So we can put you in. And got 1 more in the AM, which is SparkJet. And that fits in just there. Now, what have we got? 1 more, except the flight not scheduled yet. Oh. 180. Oh, that's a max. Isn't it? Requires morning arrival. Large gate size, right. Oh, all right. Well, we are going to have... Are you sure to cancel? Yes. We paid $16,000 for that privilege. Lovely. All right, so large. Yeah, I didn't check that, did I? No. Okay, so in the... And what have we got over here? We've got the AN So that is a small. We can take you. Now, how are we doing? Have we restarted this one? We have. So we can take you and we can plonk you, plonk, plonk, plop, plonk, plop, right there. And then we have another AN. It's a large. So what have we got? Have we got an AN large? No, we don't. Which is a shame, actually, to see. They carry good revenue, those dudes. All right, that's pretty much it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're 45 minutes into the episode. We've got a well-running airport, and we've got 2 extra gates in for small aircraft, which are pretty well used, but not 100% used. Large is used very well, so that is going along just fine. And we have a plan going forward, 2 independent runways, extra large size, and then hopefully we'll get extra large aircraft availability. No guarantees though. So a takeoff and a landing, and then a super duper airport building around here. And that's the immediate plan, which of course could always be subject to some changes as we go along. We discover new things, we work out new approaches to stuff. Looking very exciting. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me today. Stay well until you visit the Gig Channel again. And until then, I'll see you all later. Bye.